don't know why that does that, but... Apparently it doesn't let me go straight to... Alright. Well, looks like everything's set up. What's up, everyone? We're back. Oh, well. God damn it. Let's go ahead and load our game. So I think last time we left off, I was starting it. Let's work on... We'll go down the list today. Oh my goodness. This is so good. I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's optimism is to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? You like it just because... Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a blank. It's me poem. And that makes me extra special. I can feel your feeling in it. Saudi hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird. Well, I'm not good at figuring out poems are bad. Or good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things that it must be a good poem. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try writing something? Giving it some thought. Aww. I want you to write something for me. That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. And sometimes a little bit of both. That's a word for thought, right? What in the world am I looking for? Bittersweet? Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking sad things, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give just a rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. So that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Ooh, long. This is a long one. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine are all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck it out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put it in a bottle. Put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottles in a row. My collection of lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes if my friend feels a certain way, down comes the bottle to save the day. Save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friends after friends, more bottles, deeper and deeper my finger goes, like exploring a dark cave covered in secrets, hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scrapping, scraping and scraping, I should say. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through me like my front door. Finally all done, I open up and in comes such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? Folding them tightly every friend with the bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters again. The tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is an echo inside my head. Holy shit. So, did you really write this? That last part was a little dark. Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this to come out from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking it too hard about it. This point is, it came out good. Well, the point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. No, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Saudi's had a habit getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this was one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I watch next? Anyone in chat? No? Oh, we're on the list, as I said. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew? What? Oh, well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling that you're probably most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait. Was that a compliment? Ah! Glad you seem to recognize my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll get as good as me someday. That's, something tells me that Natsuki has completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayote's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might have been on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayote has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. Yeah, but honestly, How can you, someone so fluffy, spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging me around dead weight. That's a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she probably would just fly away, letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang at the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm, the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's not why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. What a bitch. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that that was the best I could do. Oh, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Sometimes you can just explain complicated issues much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone that would agree the subject this poem isn't, or agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. I talk about how it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to tell people to find out, and then they make fun of you and think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what people like as long as they're not hurting anyone, and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect each other. Others liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of people can say or can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. I really don't like her. I don't like that archetype, to be perfectly honest. Let's see what you've written for today. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. I was also a bit surprised how differently everyone writes. So I respect you trying new things. You don't need to be afraid of to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. I don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reading to see in your mind. It's a very intimate exercise, I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it, of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Usually nods timidly and hands me her poem. This one's a lot quicker than normal. I might get through a day or two. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. An ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread was hungry with my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an image, an urge. The moon increments its phase, and it reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh, soft. Raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy every time I brandish my cutting knife. The raccoon shows me excitement, a rush of blood. Classic in conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. I don't know if she's slicing the bread or not. That's where I am. It was a little more daring than the one yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express the vivid imagery and conveying emotion through them. Yeah, I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so sometimes I enjoy writing about them. That's funny. Huh? Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for such strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter if you're into what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have a lot that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seems like a kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I had no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably have hated myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad you're a good listener. Oh, guess we'll go to Monica. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Aha. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. I want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my phone to Monica. Alright, I'll take this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are usually really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, maybe we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. That's why she talks about you. It sounds like you two really care about each other, as well as other people. If you think it's different, show it in different ways, it'll end up being more similar than you think. So that's that kind of vibe when I get to reading your poem. You sure not reading? You sure you're not reading too much into? Haha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in that case, Sayori's writing has kind of more gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring her with emotions with happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone as happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit, either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. These are some really interesting titles. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, sequencing, screeching, piercing, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard of a turntable on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me. Is this mechanical in nature? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what the poem is about isn't the right question. The poem can be as abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing difficult decisions. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this a tip even about writing? What am I talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So what I heard was fourth wall breaking. Oh, hey, FBI. God damn it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could sit in front of the room. This is about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets that we can view as well. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought I heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on the posters, or all on posters, just in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't even... You didn't? You didn't? You already start putting up those posters, did you? Yeah, well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri shaking her head. Imagining it, Yuri shaking her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put up our good performance, then it will inspire other members or inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better it will be able to show everyone what the literature club is about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And those reasons that we are all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the feelings the same? That's what brought you in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Sayori and Monika have been really trying their hard to get new members. That's it. The least we can do is help them out a bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki's been doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess we'll have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri directly glances around at everyone else's expected faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. The club seriously going to be a death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, then how can you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. I'm gonna flip through her notebook to the specific poem she has minded herself. She then stands up behind the podium. This is the title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is this something natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Tade looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. So that was a good one, Monika. Thank you very much. I just hope to set a good example. Are you ready next, Sayori? To go next? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden? Yuri clutches her chest, stretches a sheet of paper behind her hands, and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each other. You can do it, Yuri. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like happens when he gets absorbed into one of her books. Her quivering words transform the sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Unlike how I do it here. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around at her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start plotting. Everyone joins in afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not like we didn't want to applaud for her. We were so caught off guard we must have forgotten. So we applaud. Yuri's holds the poem in chest and rubs it back in and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was nice. Thank you for sharing. Looks like we're going. Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Shadi hops up and puts the chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium. This is called my meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Saudi. It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself like in front of a mirror or in your own mind or head. It's your poem, it'll come to you best that way. I see. Okay then. Saudi begins reading to her. Somehow it feels like her voice was made a perfect match. The poem isn't endlessly cheery like Sayodi's is. It's serene but bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayodi's voice almost gives me a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayodi meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into one I thought I knew through and through. Sayodi finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayodi. Even Lucian liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayodi. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be be that other poems wouldn't quite work as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, and depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki. Don't make me go before. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well have let Lucian, or like Enix, lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. That's fine. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me. Makes me feel kind of terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not excitedly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, I receive the applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else is. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. It's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, her poem and rhythm has a rhythm and rhyme to it, in Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't that bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But then it's just when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprising Natsuki. I think you would be other way. It would be the other way for me. Well, that's just how it is. So, I guess in that case, you won't have to much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that all of you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. G's. Or G's. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me kind of really happy. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's write a poem for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have this weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. Kids, stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find this using Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to this? It's okay, Lucian. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go. Whatever, let's go. I'll come with Sadio to you once more. Even though it's not only been a few days since a lot of the things have already changed. But Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. The coin flip is there. Oh, we'll have fun with this one. I have a coin. I've got a coin on my desk somewhere. Here we go. Sayori tells Yuri. Let's see where this goes. Walk home with Yuri, huh? What? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Aha, you admitted it. Jeez. That's not even the point in speculating something that would never... that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But just think about it. I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is so different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. I got versing trails, and I'm left feeling a little awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I just can't lie to her. If there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows, what will happen in that time. Alright, we will finish this poem and I will call the episode here. It's going to wrap in about 45 minutes, I suppose we're at. A little over. Intellectual. Color. Essence. I honestly don't know what I'm going for, so I'm just kind of... Email. Climax. Candy. Eternity. Entropy. Misfortune. Time. Smile. Fantasy. Boop. Inferno. Brain cloud. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, alright guys, I'll go ahead and call it here. We're gonna go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and save here. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today. And, alright, have a good one.